When Margaret turned 55, she started forgetting small things. Her glasses on the counter, the keys in the fridge, a friend's birthday she'd never once missed. At first, she laughed it off, calling it senior moments. But one afternoon, she walked into a room and couldn't remember why she was there. And instead of laughing, she sat down and cried. That's when she realized it wasn't about age, it was about neglect. She had spent so many years caring for everyone else that she'd forgotten to care for her own body and mind. That night, she made herself a promise. Before it's too late, I'm going to rebuild myself, my brain, my strength, my spark. What followed were six simple but powerful secrets that transformed her life from foggy and fragile to focused and strong. Secret one: move like your life depends on it, because it does. Margaret had always hated exercise. I'm too tired, she'd say, collapsing on the couch after work. But when she read that sitting too long literally shrinks the brain, she panicked. The next morning, she put on sneakers and walked for just 10 minutes. Her heart pounded, her legs ached, but she felt alive. Each day she added a minute. Within weeks, she was walking 45 minutes through the park, waving to joggers and dogs. Her sleep improved, her balance steadied, and the fog in her head began to clear. Movement, she learned, wasn't about burning calories. It was about keeping her brain awake. Secret 2: feed your brain first, not your cravings. Margaret loved sweets. Her morning pastry, her afternoon cookies, her late night chocolate. It was her comfort. But one visit to her doctor changed everything. Your sugar is high, he warned. You're feeding your fatigue, not your brain. That night, she cleaned her pantry. Out went the sugar. In came nuts, berries, olive oil, and fish. She started making simple meals: spinach omelets, salmon with vegetables, blueberries for dessert. Within a month, her skin glowed, her mood lifted, and she noticed something she hadn't felt in years: mental clarity. Food, she realized, was her new medicine. Secret 3: challenge your mind daily. Don't let it rust. Margaret used to spend hours scrolling through her phone. It felt like a distraction, but it dulled her mind. So she decided to replace scrolling with stretching her brain. She started learning Italian online, something she'd always dreamed of but never had time for. At first, the words tangled in her tongue, but slowly her mind adapted. She also began solving crosswords, reading mysteries, and teaching herself basic piano. It's like oiling an old machine, she said. The more I use it, the smoother it runs. The key, she found, wasn't doing what she knew. It was doing what challenged her. Secret 4: guard your sleep like treasure. For years, Margaret stayed up past midnight watching television, then woke up groggy and anxious. She thought sleep was a luxury until she learned it was the brain's cleaning system. Without deep rest, toxins built up, memory faded, and energy crashed. So she built a new ritual: no screens after 9, herbal tea, soft music, and lights dimmed. At first, it felt impossible, but soon she started sleeping 7 full hours a night. Her focus sharpened, her mood stabilized, and even her posture improved. Sleep, she said, isn't wasted time, it's maintenance time. Secret 5: stay connected, stay alive. After her husband's passing, Margaret withdrew from friends, telling herself she preferred quiet. But loneliness crept in like a shadow, stealing her motivation. One afternoon, her neighbor invited her to join a gardening club. She almost said no, but said yes. It was the best decision she'd made in years. Every weekend, she dug, planted, and laughed with people who cared. The laughter filled her heart, and her brain lit up again. She didn't just gain friends, she regained purpose. Isolation ages you faster than time, she realized. Connection is the real youth serum. Secret 6: keep hope alive. It's the strongest medicine. One evening, after a long walk, Margaret sat on her porch watching the sunset. She thought about how scared she'd been months ago, of losing her memory, her body, her independence. But now she felt strong, centered, and alive. Not perfect, but thriving. I can't stop the years, she whispered, but I can slow their weight. Hope became her daily habit. She started journaling 3 good things each morning, smiling at strangers, saying thank you more often. By the time she turned 56, her daughter said, "Mom, you look younger than you did 5 years ago." Margaret laughed, not because of vanity, but because it was true in spirit. She wasn't chasing youth, she was reclaiming vitality. Her mind was clear, her steps steady, and her heart open again. She realized the greatest secret of all wasn't hidden in books or pills. It was in the small daily choices she once thought didn't matter. Moving her body, feeding her brain, resting deeply, connecting with others, learning and believing. All these were her shield against decay. Margaret now tells every friend over 55 the same thing. You can't wait for the right time to take care of yourself. The right time is now, because one day it will be too late and you'll wish you started today.